Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. This is Pink Plum Bob here and I'm bringing you a brand new speed build. So today I am bringing you a eco mansion. Now this isn't something I see much of over on the Sims 4 gallery, and I thought let's try something different. And this is something which is completely out of my comfort zone. I don't go for this style of build whatsoever. I know I keep saying this a lot in my videos of recent times, but I just want to keep experimenting, and then maybe I'll find something that I enjoy building more rather than just sticking to my normal thing that I do in my spare time. So this is the Eco Mansion, and I built this on the 50 by 50 lot in Oasis Springs, and that is the lot that houses the park. And I thought, well, it's a nice sized lot, and I kind of like the surrounding areas as well, where it's all kind of like, it's just kind of just left in the middle of nowhere, and I really like that about this lot, so I chose that specifically for this lot. And the only thing is, I find with it is there is a lot of Sims coming and going by the house. Maybe that's not a bad thing, it's a good way to meet more Sims, but there are a lot of people coming and going past the house. I noticed when I was taking screenshots of this, but that's not an issue in itself, really, I guess. This comes in at just under 394,000 Somalians. No, 395, sorry, just under 395. So it's a little bit cheaper than my last mansion, which is my LA mansion that I did. I think that was about 800,000 Somalians. So that was the big mama of builds, that was. So for half the price, you can get yourself an eco mansion. And this also has 6 bedrooms and 6 bathrooms, and it also has the 2 traits which I always include in my builds. So there is the great soil trait and the sunny aspect trait. Okay, so the first trait which I chose was the great soil trait, and the description for this is that the gardening just seems to go really well here. And I noticed that when you have this trait on the lot, the soil in the plant pots and stuff like that, it like glitters, I guess, it like glistens, and this increases the speed that the plants grow, and it does affect the planter boxes. Now I've also included the sunny aspect trait, and the description for this is the beautiful scenery really makes this place uplifting. When the sun goes down, Sims may get energized, happy or inspired, and this starts at 6 PM. And I'm not really sure what the rest of that says. I don't know what it means, I'm not going to bother saying it. I'm reading this off the Carl's Sims 4 guide, which I just found online. So if you want to know what each trait does, that's a good place to have a look. So yeah, that's pretty much it for that. Okay, so more about this build. I went for a like white, green and beigey colour scheme. I wanted to keep the colours looking earthy and as natural as possible, and I kept the outside white. I wanted it to have like a lot of contrast against the desert and against the green flooring that I put. Now the back of the house does change in a bit. There's something about that roof bit that I just didn't like, and I didn't like the fact that the one side wouldn't delete, and I don't know why it wouldn't delete. So I had like one side which was fence and the other side which was just pure wall, and I couldn't put any no, I don't think I could put any windows in it or anything. It wouldn't let me do it, so I don't know why that happened, but I came off shortly after building that section of the house and slept on it, and I thought to myself, oh no, I don't like it. So I deleted the entire back of that, and I kind of started again, and then I built myself a biodome. I don't know if you'd call it that. It's kind of like, it's a 2-story tall building, and it's basically just like a biodome. So I stuck like a dome on the top, and I just put the green grass carpet down in there as well, so it looks like real grass. And basically I just put loads of plants in there, and I thought, well, that's kind of a nice idea. I guess I could have made it a bit bigger, but I quite liked the way I did it as it was, but you'll see it in a bit. So I wanted this house to be like really economically friendly and stuff like that. I haven't actually included any washer or dryer or anything, so your Sims won't have to do any laundry. If you want to include that, you're more than welcome to carry on and go ahead with that. And oh, here you can see I'm kind of messing around with the back, and I'll start to build myself the biodome. So with this house, I wanted there to be a lot of light, a lot of greenery, and I put a lot of plants inside the house, which you will see. I kind of wanted to have the Sims be at one with nature, bring the outdoors indoors, and I'm pretty sure every single room has got ivy all over the walls. And you can see on the roof there as well, there's kind of like patterns, and there's no proper roofing on it, so it's kind of open up to the world. And that tiny little section on the corner there with the brown wood, that's actually going to be a bathroom on the top floor with the open roof for the master bedroom. I didn't include all bathrooms on this, only included 2 of the cool bathrooms. Keep wanting to say bedroom. So I thought maybe it would be really nice if you could have a shower or have a bath and like the air's coming through and you're kind of half inside, half outside. I thought that was quite a nice idea. And also that big square on the roof there, that's actually the hallway, and that's open all the way down to the first floor. So when you have to go upstairs, you have to go up in that little section, and that, once again, that's covered in greenery, but you'll see that in a bit. And I added a lot of basement space as well, and there's 2 bedrooms downstairs in the basement. So yeah, it's a bit of fun. I actually really enjoyed building this. I quite like the whole like eco kind of theme. And I also tried to go for furniture, which kind of looked like it was economically friendly. I tried to use, I don't know, like something that would look like it's made from recycled stuff or whatever. Because I know it's kind of like a big thing to be as economical as possible and get all this economically friendly furniture and stuff like that. But yeah, and I added 2 greenhouses out the back. And there's also a lot of plant pots around, so your Sims, I wanted this to be basically a gardener's like mansion. So really that's the main skill building thing here, is the pots for the gardening. So that's what your Sims would be up to, really. It's just gardening, but I thought it really suited the build. And here I'm just adding 2 ponds, big square ponds with some of those like slabs that you can walk across that came with the spa day stuff. And there's also quite a few ponds on the inside of the house. Now, they're not technically ponds on the inside because it won't let me do that. So they're technically swimming pools, but I made them look like ponds. But hopefully your Sims won't try and swim in them. I can't guarantee that they will. I can't guarantee they won't. But yeah, so, and I wanted to keep the terrain like desert-like. I wanted it to look like contrast against the greenery and the white building. And I think it worked really nicely actually. And here I'm just kind of messing around, figuring out how to do, like, make it look modern and eco and cool like that. And I do skip some of the, what's it called now? Some of the terrain. I want to keep saying painting, but it's not painting. Putting the trees down and stuff. Landscaping, that's the word. I did skip some of it in the video because it's all pretty much the same, and I don't want to bore you guys with just pure plopping trees down and stuff. So I put down the main bits, and then the rest you'll see as the build goes on. You'll see it kind of like pop up out of nowhere because I finished it. And I added a lot of glass roofs in this as well. Yeah, it's been a really fun build. And also I just wanted to say I'm sorry for this one being late. I try and get them pretty much dead on a week at a time, but I'll tell you why now. It's been a bit of a nightmare. So basically I've got my 3 cats. So I've got Pebbles, who's about 10 or 11, I've got Olive, and I've got Elvis, who are both 8 going on 9 months old. Anyway, neither of the kittens have been neutered, and it just so happened that Olive, she came into season, so she wanted to start making babies, and Elvis was like, oh hell yeah, he wanted to get on that. So I had to separate them because I don't want them to have kittens, and plus the fact she's too small to have kittens, he's too young to have kittens. It wouldn't be fair, and there's enough kittens out there. We don't need more kittens, you know. There's plenty of kittens in rescue homes and stuff. So I thought no, it'd be cool to get them to mate and have kittens. So I had to take Elvis over to my mum's, and he stayed there for a week until I could get her neutered. I could only get her neutered like a week after, so it was really frustrating. I was hoping to get her, she came into season on the Saturday, and I wanted to get her done on the Monday because I could deal with 2 days, but it was going to be a week. So I said to my mum, please have Elvis, I need you to have it. And she was there crying, and you know, she's crying for a mate basically. She wants somebody to come and give her a baby. And she calmed down in the end. So anyway, got her to the vet. She was all hunky-dory and great. Anyway, I picked Elvis up on the Friday, and he was okay Friday, he was okay Saturday, but Sunday he was really not himself. And you know, when you know, when something's not right with your pet, you know, you live with them all the time, and you just know he wasn't eating, he was really miserable, and normally he's a really chirpy, talkative cat as well. You know, he makes you know he's around, but he was just kind of lying under the table, feeling sorry for himself, not doing anything, not responding to his name or anything, so I got really worried and I took him to the vet. Turns out he's got, and he's drooling, he's like drooling uncontrollably as well, and I've never seen that before. So I was bricking it at this point. So I took him to the vets, and so it's been an expensive like 2 weeks. So I took him to the vets. Turns out he's got like a cat virus or a cat cold. So she gave him, he was a right mare in the nurse, not the nurses, the vets. He was a right mare. Drama with him. So he was trying to bite the nurse, he was crying, he was whinging, and she gave him 2 injections. And she put a thermometer up his bum. Understandably, he wasn't happy about that, but you know, what else can you do? You gotta let the woman do her job, and he wasn't happy about that. So he was a right drama queen. Anyway, we get home, he's got his tablets, blah blah blah, etc., and some special food, which cost me a fortune for a tin. So yeah, that was done and dusted. Anyway, a couple of days later, I noticed Olive isn't eating, and she isn't herself. So then once again, I have to take Olive to the vets. And turns out she's got the same thing as Elvis. So she's had to have injections, and she's had to go on antibiotics. And my God, it has been a whirlwind this week with the cats. Back and forth to the vets. But they're better now, they're on the mend. Elvis has actually only got 1 more tablet to take, and he's done his course. Actually, I think he's finished, actually. No, he's finished. So he's finished, and Olive's only got 1 left to take, and then she's all done. So thank God they're eating again, but because it's worrying when they're not eating. I mean, I was giving Olive like 4 or 5 different types of food, didn't want it, didn't even want tuna, but my God, it has been a whirlwind. So I've been trying to sort them out, been stressed with them, but apart from that, back to the positivity, they're better, so that is the main thing. And currently Elvis is conked out in front of me, and Olive is somewhere, she's probably on my bed. So yeah, that is the reason why this took so long to get out. I mean, I wanted it out last week. I mean, it's been over a week since my last one, which is a shame, but never mind, it's here and it's ready for you. So yeah, so back to the build now. So this is the kitchen, and as you can see, I am putting lots of greenery around. It's obviously not logical to have the greenery right where the oven is, but I thought this is The Sims, logic doesn't matter, they've got aliens for God's sake. So I thought it looked really nice though above the oven, I thought, and above the sink, so I thought, yeah, I'm going to keep that. And once again, as you can see, I've used very light colours, and I used those lights which came from the free patch at Christmas, and I thought they were really nice. Like, to me, I don't think they're too seasonal. I think that you can actually get away with using them like in everyday life. Like just the plain white with the green plant around it. It's lovely. And here I'm also using the free like fake fireplace. And I thought it'd be really nice to put some plants growing in it and around it. Now, this is the first bedroom. This isn't the master bedroom. This is kind of like, could be like a teenager's bedroom or a guest bedroom. And this is at the front of the house, kind of facing outwards through those beautiful big floor-to-ceiling windows. And also, you can see like there's like a mini garden outside the windows where the roof is. And I really like this bedroom. It's really nice. And I use a lot of wood, like I use quite a bit of the outdoor retreat furniture, with like the logs and stuff like that, and it seemed to work really nicely. And once again, I'm using lots of like plants and stuff like that. And here is the other second bedroom. This isn't a master bedroom. The master bedroom actually is upstairs and is the only bedroom upstairs. And this is like another guest bedroom, and they also have an ensuite bathroom. And the bathrooms are pretty much the same, just different shapes. They've all got pretty much the same bathroom furniture, so on and so forth. So like I said earlier, I'll only show you the cool bathrooms. But I was just trying to work out here how to, I don't know, it wasn't sitting well with me at the moment, so I was just moving things around, trying to figure out where I wanted stuff, and I'm happy with the way it turned out in the end. And it seemed to be coming together quite nicely, and I like those big bookcases which came from Seasons. I think they're the best bookcases we've got in the game, from my opinion, that is. And I thought about putting tellies in their bedroom, but I thought, no, it's an eco house. They probably only have like one TV, even though they've got 2 computers, but I thought they would want to be as economical as possible, and I just put lots of little bits and pieces around, try and clutter it up a little bit. And I also put a couple of fish tanks here, there and everywhere. I also do miss out some footage of the hallways, because sometimes I find hallways could be quite boring, but I included like the cool looking stuff, I guess. Right, this is a child Sims bedroom, and this was a bit of fun. This is at the back of the house facing towards the garden. And so yeah, I quite like this bedroom. Once again, using the same colour scheme. It's all green, it's all beige, and it's all light wood. And this bedroom was a bit of fun as well, but you'll see in a little bit the toddler's bedroom, a twin toddler's bedroom that I've done downstairs in the basement. You are going to love it. I've basically made it so it's like a miniature campsite but indoors. It's so much fun. I really enjoyed making the kids' bedroom and using like as much imagination as I could. And for the kids' bedroom, I also did put in the scout board so they can become like sim scouts, and I also put in a mini violin as well, and I thought, well, it matched the bedroom, to be honest, that's why I put it in. And also a diary. I've never really played much with the diary, to be honest with you. I know that you can like hide it under the bed or something. And then I put one of those project boxes in which came with Parenthood, and then also that funky shelf. I thought that was cool. The how many sides has it got? It's got 6 sides. Is that hexagonal? I don't know. Octagonal is 8. I know that much. Hexagon, yeah, I think it is. And then these cool trees which came with Dine Out as well. I've never used those, and I thought those were quite cool, kind of just, I don't know, just there brightening the room up a little bit, I guess. And then I put a few like trophies and clutter items on here as well, make it look more kid friendly, make it more like, I didn't want to put too much clutter, I wanted it to be kind of green. Right, so here is like the hallway, and this is where like the indoor outdoorsy bit comes in. So this is where Sims can get up and down stairs. I only put 1 staircase in this build, and also directly above is kind of like an open roof. And here as well, I used these little it's technically like a rug, but they're like stone rugs. They came with Get Together, and I thought it'd be really cool to kind of make like a little pattern with them. So just keep sizing them up and shrinking them down, and it worked really nicely, kind of like a bubbly effect. And once again, I'm using the outdoor retreat benches and stuff like that. And this is a bit of fun. I knew before I built this house, this is what I wanted in the house. I wanted there to be like a squared in garden, indoor outdoor garden. And I also put in a little water fountain as well, because I thought that was cute. And also a lot of these lights which came with that holiday patch. I think it's from one of the earlier patches. And also going up the windows, I just put some of the ivy as well, so it looks more natural and kind of blends in. I wanted there to look like there was a lot of life in this house, and a lot of and the Sims were taking care of it, making it grow. Like as they grow up, I know it sounds really cheesy, as they grow, the house grows with them. And here is just another little hallway section where I put that fake fireplace, and you can't see the plants behind it, but they are there. And it's just a little sitting area really. And here I was trying to kind of experiment with the table, try and put some sort of greenery in the table, I don't know, I wanted to incorporate as much greenery as I could. So literally everything I've done is pretty experimental. And then here I put in one of the indoor ponds in here, because I didn't know what to put there, and I thought, oh, that would be cool if I put an indoor pond. But this is technically a swimming pool. But in a way, you'll see later on, the indoor swimming pool actually works out better being a swimming pool than it does a pond. And you'll see why in a little while. And it's all to do with the basement. So I wanted it to be really kind of full of life. And when I actually went in as my Sim to come and take the screenshots, and the water fountains were going inside the house, it actually looked stunning. And I thought, this is actually a really nice little house. Well, big little house. So I was really pleased with the way this turned out, actually. I mean, it's completely ridiculous, But, you know, people live, it's like a Teletubby house, you know, where they live in the hills with all the greenery. Oh, and of course I put in a cat tree and a cat bed, and I do go back in and put some pet bowls in the kitchen, and I tell you what, I've just remembered I forgot to put a bin in, and I also forgot to put the mailbox in the house as well. So when you download this off the gallery, you will probably have a random letterbox in the middle of the garden somewhere, so just look out for that. My bad, sorry guys. And also you need to put a bin in, because I've already put this on the gallery, so I always forget those things. Right, this is the master bedroom, and they basically get the whole overlook of the front of the house. I mean, I kind of realised when I was building this, it was quite nosy down into the guest bedroom, so you could kind of sneak on your guests, see what they're up to, or your teenage daughter. But I really like this bedroom, and once again, it's all about experimentation with this, and I decided to get this wardrobe from Get Together and put plants on top of it. And I don't know if it looks good, I don't know, it's unusual, but I just want it to be, I don't know, planty. And then I add in a dressing table as well, and I also do a little bit more experimenting with the plants. I kind of incorporate some of those concrete boxed in bushes here, which you can see now, and kind of squish them together so it kind of looks like it's built in. And I do add in a boxing thing as well, because, you know, a bit of exercise doesn't hurt anybody. And then I also add a keyboard, and I kind of merge it into this little like sideboard table, and then just more plants. And then off to the right hand side there, you can kind of see that's where the indoor-outdoor bathroom is going to be. And I thought that'd be perfect for the master bedroom, purely, you know, they get the pleasure of having the indoor and outdoor combo shower room thing. Now this is the living room, and this has got to be my favourite room of the house, apart from the kiddie bedroom downstairs, but you'll see that later. It's just so full of light, and it just seemed effortless to furnish as well. Like, I didn't have to think about it too much. I did mess around with the chairs a little bit, but I cut all of that out for your viewing pleasure, and it just seemed to work really nicely, and I just like everything about this living room. Like, if I wanted a living room, this would be the living room, with all the ivy going around the television, and also that coffee table with the grass growing underneath. I don't use that very often, if at all. I don't think I've ever used it at all, and so it just worked, this living room did. And I kind of like the fact as well, there's a balcony, and you can look over and down to this 2 sets of stairs. So just over that balcony you'll see the main entrance, and then you'll see the stairs going down into the basement area as well. And also for the computer little section, I kind of merged two computer desks together to make it kind of like an L-shaped desk, kind of like the one which is similar that came with the Get Famous stuff for that media computer thing. So similar to that. I guess I could have put that in instead, but no, I wanted a proper computer. Mind you, I think it does come with a proper computer. Mistake me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, not mistake me if I'm wrong. So it's been a long day. So yeah, and then I put some of those cute plant things behind it. I'm pretty sure those came with seasons. Now here is the indoor-outdoor bathroom for the master bedroom, because yeah, it's self-explanatory. It's nothing crazy. Well, it is crazy, but it's nothing too exciting. And as you can see there, just looking below, you can see another little pond which I put in, and it's just got a lovely view. I just feel like, imagine having a bath when the sun's shining like this, and you can have a look at all the greenery. And I know it sounds weird, I bet it smells really like planty and moist, like a greenhouse in this house. I bet you'd have a mould problem in here. Yeah, it'd be a bit dodge, but it doesn't matter. So I just put a little fireplace in here and another little sitting area, just because I wasn't really sure what to put. Excuse me, I had like a weird hiccupy burp thing. I wasn't really sure what to put in here. And once again, experimenting. I think it's always good to have a little experiment, see what will go where. I mean, if you've got any suggestions for any like experimenting and merging items together, that'd be great. So anything that you've got in your head, let me know, let me pick your brain about that, as I'm always looking out to try new things. I mean, I do see other builders do merging with some crazy stuff, and I'm like, oh my god, why didn't I think of doing that in the first place? It's like with the whole because we don't have any deck chairs in The Sims, which is ridiculous. So you have to merge an ottoman with a chair. Now, before I started getting properly into like watching other people do speed builds and doing them myself, I can't remember who I saw do it first, but somebody merged it together and I was like, oh my god, that's genius. It's absolute genius. And here I got those like candle things, those candle dividers, and I kind of lifted them up so they kind of all worked as a giant, not centerpiece, but it's just like an artsy fartsy piece. And now we're moving on to the outdoor. I'm really sorry, I can't talk today. I know I say this in every single video, I can't talk. It's just I get that tongue twisted in my own mouth. I'm like, ugh, I can't get it all out. So basically around this section, I put a little fire pit, which would be cute just for like having cute little outdoor things going on. And I put lots of plants, so your sim will be plant happy, like they can go crazy with their planting. Right, now we're down to the basement, and here I went for this colour swatch, which I don't really like the colours, too many of the colour swatches with this bed. The bed is stunning, by the way, the bed is absolutely gorgeous, but the colour swatches are a little bit questionable. I mean, don't get me wrong, I am not an interior designer and I haven't got the first thing of any idea about design. So, but this is just my personal opinion. I don't like half the swatches that bed's got, and I wish they did it in a lot of different colours. Like, I don't know, maybe like a really nice light blue colour. Christ, I'm really gobbledygooping today, aren't I? Whew. It's because I ain't shut up for the past like 10 minutes, just keep going on, waffling on. Right, so here you can see the swimming pool, and as I said earlier, it kind of works in a sense, like where the swimming pool comes down, you can actually put the windows in, and it's like a big pond thing. And then I added like a little pond coming out of it, so it kind of looked like it was connected in a way, but it wasn't. And here I'm just adding some greenery into the hallway. I wanted it to be really, really lively and full of greenery. And I also do put some more like pondy bits in this bit here. So I'm just building this now. And it kind of goes all the way around the room. And it seems to work really nicely. It's like, not welcoming, it's just like a nice little walk down to the basement. And it seems to work really nicely. And also a lot of the plants on the walls went black for some reason, and so if there are some plants that have kind of coloured out, then my bad, sorry. So yeah, here we are, we've moved on to the coolest bedroom in the house. So this is the little like camping toddler's bedroom, and this was a lot of fun to kind of look through all the items and use my imagination as best as I could. And I really like the way this turned out. I don't know if they can use the tent, though it's been shrunk. I haven't tested that. I never play test my builds as well, so sorry if something doesn't work. And then I put a little slide on the inside as well, so it's like a proper little outdoorsy, funny little place that they can hang out. And also I use those really pointless not toadstools, they're like little wooden things that stick out the ground. You'll see me get them out in a bit, from the toddler stuff pack, the really pointless ones with the little faces painted on. I've never once had the urge to use them until this build. Here they are now, I'm pulling them out. They're just, I don't know, they're a bit weird, but I thought they went well with this sort of build. And they're actually kind of cute, the ones with the painted faces with the little like bears and stuff like that. And I just tried to fill it up as much as I could with lots of like outdoorsy bits and pieces. And I also like the wallpapers because it kind of looked like it was in the middle of the woods. And also this table, I thought was a brilliant idea to use that as the side table, and then just some fairy lights and some greenery to kind of complete the whole look. Now here is the second bathroom that I'm going to show, because this is the second coolest one. So this one actually looks across the pond thing, and you can see through the other side, which isn't the most private. This house isn't very private, there's a lot of windows, so sorry about that, but Sims aren't bothered, they're not too fussed about that sort of thing. So I just kind of, I don't care, I'll just go a bit crazy. Like in the real world it wouldn't happen, it just, unless you're that open about it, then fair enough. But in The Sims, I thought it doesn't matter, there's no limits. So I thought it was a bit of fun to have the the bathroom kind of looking through the pond. And then here just adding more greenery, and then to top it off I'm just adding in a library because I actually wasn't sure what to put here, and it kind of led to the toddler's bedroom and I wanted it to kind of work still. I mean, I could have put more greenery I guess, but I thought no, we'll stick a library in here, just keep it simple, nothing that exciting, just to kind of fill up the room a little bit because sometimes I do get stuck on what to do. Right, so guys, this is it. Thank you so much for sticking through my terrible chatting for like the past however many minutes, and so yeah, I'm sorry, I'm so stuck for words. I can't get my words out today. I will get better at this, I promise, in time. I'm just being a tit. So thank you so much. If you want to download this, it is available on the Sims 4 gallery under the hashtag emmapp, and it is also under my what's it called? EAID? I don't know. My username, which is emmatheblonde. I will link it in the description below. And please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. See you guys in the next video.